Yo, 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 what's going on out there, Fight World? This your boy Money back with another one, fam. And this one here is on a big dog in this fight game. One of the big dogs in this fight game. And Gervonta Tank Davis, that killer, that gorilla from Baltimore, the undefeated 3 division world champion, the hottest young star in the game, arguably the face of boxing outside of Canelo Alvarez, most definitely a pound for pound fighter. And he is the WBA lightweight champion, and we all know how Tank get down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, Gervonta Tank Davis charges has been dropped, right, on a domestic violence, that was against his baby mother that happened on Father's Day. I'm one of the first persons that was telling people we know how these things go. Sit back, let the courts, do what the courts do. Do the proper process and see what it come back as, which I already knew that it was bull crap. If you from the streets, if you from the trenches, if you from the urban community, if you from a broken home, if you know about these caliber of things, then we all know how these things play out, bro. First thing first, Money Brown is against domestic violence. I'm against any man putting their hands on a woman. Don't never have to put your hands on a woman. And a woman shouldn't be putting her hands on a man. You understand what I'm saying? Because women hit hard as hell as well, where it can provoke a man to want to get his lick back. You dig what I mean? But nonetheless, neither one should be putting their hands on each other. But when we look at Tank, and we look at the baby mother, and we look at the last charges that she pressed on him, they got found, and threw out, found not guilty, and it was threw out as well. We know what caliber of woman he's dealing with. You feel me? We know with these young chicks nowadays, how they act, the music they listen to, their personalities, the selfishness, and how they like to use the kids against their baby fathers nowadays. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't treat them right or do what they say or, make them feel good, then they'll try to keep your children away from you and try to make you suffer that way to try to get payback on you. And not just try to get payback on you, try to call you a deadbeat, throw you under the table, under the rug. You don't want to see your child. You don't do nothing for your child. Try to put you on child support. All the ish that come along with baby mama drama. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what Gervonta Tank Davis is going through. His baby mama drama, where she go try to put him through hell and hot water every chance she get, to try to antagonize him, to try to get him the crash out and get him to look bad in front of the media and know he got a career on the line, know it can affect his career and affect his pockets if he ain't putting nothing in her pockets. You dig? When dudes want to just take care of their kids and stop messing with the baby mama because, you're not my child, so I don't have to pay you, I don't have to give you anything, I don't have to, bow down to your ass or do what you want me to do because you my baby mother, you think you got control over me because of the kid. And once you don't do those type of things, they get pissed off, mad, jealous, looking at what you do next, the woman you date, want to do a whole lot of shit to try to discredit you and make you look like a bad person. And that's what Gervonta Tank Davis is dealing with. You understand? Now, I'm not saying that man is no angel or no saint by no shape, form, or fashion. Because, he can give it and he can take it. And that's how things go when you young, rich, and famous like he is. You dig? But for all the cats that was out there trying to, shit on him and throw him under the bus because of these situations and things like that, that's why you got to wait and let the court, do its process. You got to let that shit pan out and see what it's going to be. You feel me? And I really don't like to touch on these type of topics or speak on these type of things from either fighter, either fucking athlete or nothing like that, because this where shit become real life. And, I don't want to get to digging into people real life like that, really touching on what they do outside of whatever profession that they're in, because we supposed to, cover them on their profession. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I say, I'm against DV on any shape, form, or fashion. That shit is not cool at all. At all. But I knew Gervonta Tank Davis was gonna come out clean on the other end. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was gonna come out and that this shit was gonna be, swept under the rug and thrown out in the courts. You feel me? Because you can argue with a woman nowadays and they can call the police and it can become a domestic violence, or they can just say you did X, Y, and Z, right? Even though you didn't do it, or if you restraining her from trying to hit you or some shit like that. right? They quick to blame the man more than they're quick to blame the woman. But nowadays, the women are being held accountable as well for, you know, claiming um, that somebody did something to them and it's not true, right? Because you can actually get somebody hurt like that. The police pull up to the house and he's mad. Now he's arguing with the police. Now this shit escalate to something else. Now they got their guns out because you're young and you're black and they think you're a threat. You know how they look at you already. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So just looking at the situation, man, I'm happy Tank has been cleared. Now he got to find a way to keep himself out of these situations himself. You have to find a way to understand, like, let me just walk away. Let me not argue with this girl, right? Or do something where you pull your phone out as well and video camera her ass just to let the people know that you're not doing no fuck shit or no bullshit that can land you back, in that jail cell. Because you know that the system got it out for you. They got it out for you. And they want to see you back in that cell and try to rape your pockets. You dig what I'm saying? But with that being said, Gervonta Tank Davis is an innocent man. He's been found not guilty on these charges. And now he can get back to what he do best, and that's the sport of boxing. You understand? Make the Lamont Roach fight, the Lamont Roach rematch happen, because that's what we all need right now. Get the Lamont Roach rematch so Tank can go out there and prove that the first fight, was kind of his fault. And, go right his wrongs and beat Lamont Roach ass and get that chapped out your life and move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Move on to the next, which should be Shakur Stevenson. I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. I feel like Turkey can make that happen. I feel like Al Heyman and Tank can come to a conclusion to go out there and make that happen as well. Because it's a big fucking fight. And there's a lot of money on the table waiting for Tank. A lot of money. You dig? Now we all got to see what Tank want to do, because like people keep screaming that retirement shit. Like I knew Tank wasn't retire. He's not retired. He's too young with still too much in the tank to retire with a whole lot of money to get to feed his family. So I'm not looking at none of that. Oh man, he's this. I'm not worrying about none of that shit. Even if he say he go do something, I know it's just talk. It's just talk. You get frustrated, you get fed up with certain things, you get tired of certain shit, and you just want to break. I think Gervonta Davis, he just want a break. He want a peace of mind, just to reevaluate. But you can do all that when you retire from the sport for real, for real. Right now, you got to get back focused, stay on point, and don't come in half-stepping or slipping on any night. Because any given night, you can lose. You can lose. You dig? So I think Tank got it together. I think this is a weight up off his shoulder. I think he can move forward now, him and Al Heyman. Leonard Ellaby still on that side of town over there. And, start putting things in proper perspective. Get in the gym. Lock in with the trainers. And get ready to end your career the right way with some good-ass fights, making some big-ass money, and proving a lot of people wrong. You dig what I mean? Shouts out to Tank, man. Happy that he get found non-guilty. Like I say, he got to figure out a way to stay out of these type of situations, get things right with the girl, settle her ass down, and go out there and do what God, bless you to do. And that's fight your ass off, you know what I'm saying? Make a whole lot of money, then retire and enjoy the fruits of your labor, make some businesses, so you can make generational wealth for your children. You dig? So shouts out to Tank. Let the haters continue to hate. But, stay on the right path, young man. Stay on the right path. Straight like that, and money be on to the next.